Hey folks, Josh Brennan here with Enlightening Humor. How are you? It's been a while, hasn't it? Almost a month. Well, it happens. Things happen. Uh, it is what it is. I call that the Z factor. It is what it is. You got a couple there. There's the L factor, the life factor. That one has a constant variable because there's always something different happening. Always. It's an oxymoron of sorts. However, it does have a bell of truth to it. You also have the H factor, the human factor. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get right into it. Alright, what we have today, we're going to start out with a beer review. This is Founders Imperial Stout. It's coming in at, let's see what we got here. 10.5 ABV, and it's got 75 ABUs. It says here, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't matter. Anyways, we're going to crack it open, see what we've got, and then we're going to get to the subject at hand. All right? Let's do it. Handy dandy pop topper, as always, never without it, except when I go to sleep. That's why I sleep with a hammer. Oh, you don't? Pfft, whatever. Anyways, pop top. Ooh, that smells good. This right here is their second release in a 6-beer lineup that they're doing for the year. It's a barrel series. Beforehand, they have a... ooh, look at that. Ooh, that's thick. That's thick and dark. Woo! Gonna be a good one. It's the second of their 6 beer release for this year. Right now, they also have something called a Fruitwood, which is a cherry ale put in bourbon barrels. And this right here is their first, that I believe, first Imperial Stout. I'm surprised they haven't done something like this before. They've done stouts, just not Imperial Stouts. They've done stouts aged, etc., but this is something different for them, because they have Backwoods Bastard. That's always good. But yeah, Founders, out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Let's see what we've got here. It's got a good little head on it, It's thick. Like, oof. Ooh. It smells a lot like their breakfast stout, minus that little bitterness. And sometimes, when you pop open a breakfast stout and you take that first sip, it has like this little metallic taste. But that's just the bitterness of the coffee coming through. It is what it is. Z factor. Oh, wow. That is good. It warms you too, right here, like as it goes down. Definitely getting some of that breakfast stout. It says it's brewed with 10 different types of malts. Ooh. There's no burn at 10.5. It's a sipper, but it's smooth. It could be a gulper, but don't do that. Oh no. It's very smooth on the tongue. Like, it's not as thick as it looks, but it's definitely it's thick, but not as thick as it looks. As far as the inside of my mouth says. I mean, it might tell me something different later. Right now, it's telling me it has a fantastic chocolate finish that is just sticking around. A good dark chocolate finish. Well, that is good. And as always, out of the Southern Tier, Pumpkin, hail to the king. Set that aside and get to talking about what we got to talk about today. Recently, I just started back with college. I didn't know how much I realized the interaction with other like-minded individuals, and some who aren't as like-minded as myself. It's always great to have somebody offer a different perspective on things. It's really great to be able to talk to somebody and share an open line of communication and not have to worry about somebody being like terribly upset. I mean, there's a lot of individuals that I go to school with. I'm one of the oldest students there, besides the teachers, who they themselves are all students. We're all students in a grand scheme of things because we're all learning, despite our age, from everybody and everything that's out there. And if you're not learning, well, you're doing yourself a great disservice. There's a couple guys that I know. I'm 32. There's some guys with families and everything else. They're there just improving their lives just like I am. And I'm lucky to have those people around because I completely and entirely forgot with my month off how much I miss the actual interaction and happiness that I derive from a great and intelligent conversation with somebody. Just a sharing of ideas. It doesn't have to be about anything grandiose, but how you feel about stepping on Legos, or how this could be improved or be more streamlined to become much more efficient, etc., etc. And then when you have a really great conversation with somebody, it doesn't matter who you are or what you're talking about, but if you're having a really great conversation with somebody and you're laughing and it just keeps going on, and I mean, it just makes you so stinking happy. You come away from that conversation with just this incredible head high, this smile that if it had points on it, it would just slice your head right in half. I really miss that. And that is something that I didn't realize I was missing. I just knew that something wasn't there. It's really great, and I'm very thankful for it. I mean, I hate trigonometry. Jeez-a-loo, I'm in two classes where one's trying to teach it to me and the other one's saying, you should know this. Where's your trigonometry? And I say, I think we're going to learn it in 2 weeks. I don't know. So I have to teach myself trigonometry just to catch up. The way my classes are scheduled, it was, you could take it concurrently with this class, but it might be a little bit dicey. A little dicey. Who knows, You know dicey? He owes me money. But I digress. It's tough, What's the toughest part is I have a lot of problems with math, higher levels of algebra, and I've lived in the real world for I think 12 to 13 years, and never once did I have to use half of the stuff they taught me beyond basic algebra in 10th grade. Never. So it's really frustrating to know that all the stuff they're teaching me now, they're like, no, you must learn these 40 equations over the semester. And then I had a conversation with one of my professors today. I said, listen, I think about once every 10 minutes I sit there and say to myself, I don't know what's going on. I have no clue. And they laugh. They think they're like, oh, this student's just having, minor troubles. And I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, cosine, tangent, blah. I have no clue. It's funny also because people aren't used to somebody just saying what they mean. Oh, you must be thoroughly exaggerating. Today, twice today, I said, I have no clue what I'm doing. The first time it was a one-on-one conversation with my professor in algebra. And the second time it was in the middle of my applied mechanics engineering class. And my professor, we were going over a problem and I had nowhere to start. I wrote the problem down and I'm just going to wait for us to review it. And she said, oh Josh, you finished. I said, no. She's like, well, what's going on? And I simply replied, I have no clue what I'm doing. The entire class erupted in laughter as if it was just something that they're not used to hearing. It wasn't hey, that guy's an idiot and has no clue what he's doing, let alone a place in this classroom. I mean, because I'm still trying to play catch up. Most of my peers, they're just coming straight out of high school, and I mean, they're teaching stuff. I graduated in 2002. That was 15 years ago. So in between, I've gained about 3 lifetimes of experience in traveling. So I have that. However, that does not aid me in school. 75 to 85% of the time in life, I'm right, but I go to school to be wrong. It's very humbling. But I know what I don't know, so it's okay. I approach it with an open mind and everything else, but it's very weird. Enough about me. Let's talk about everything else. So I said that people don't normally hear, they don't expect to hear the honest to goodness truth, because people don't often say what they mean. They sugarcoat it, they go around the bend, they skirt the issue because a lot of people are afraid of conflict. And anytime someone is afraid of conflict or being questioned or challenged, what they're going to end up being met with is anger, as normal. I mean, that's what we were all raised with. But a lot of people, that can't be changed. You cannot change other people. There's 2 billion plus, in the world as far as populace goes. But there's only one person you can control, and that's yourself. So you can only hope to finally, be self-aware, know what's going on. We'll go into that further in another video. But yeah, just the high you get, though. I mean, that's the most rewarding part about going to school, is being able to converse with like-minded individuals who share some of your thoughts, but also they glean at least one insight from something that you say, because it might not have been, something they ever thought of. So that's always good. But it goes both ways. And I really enjoy that. I should have made this video a long time ago. As a matter of fact, I have a childhood friend from Australia say, "Hey man, Mr. Big YouTuber," he's like, "when are you going to pump out another one of those videos, huh, daddy?" I'm like, oh, that made my day, to think that, he actually saw it, he took the time, and that really made my day. And I let him know that, I said, hey, I've been busy, I've been under the weather, this, that, and the other. I said, but another one's coming. But yeah. I also told my good buddy, Nick Rouse, who works at Consumers, where I got the founders. They just got in this week. Consumers in Lockport. Go there. They have fantastic beers, fantastic selections, and best of all, fantastic people. Great people. Great beer. Great all the time. Yeah, pretty much. Now that it's warmed up some, opened up a little bit in the glass, definitely getting a lot more of that chocolate. Not so much just distinctly on the finish, but probably about halfway through, midway through the experience. Oh, and it leaves a nice, not sticky, but it definitely coats the mouth. I'd say it's chewy. Frankly, it's delicious. Great price point. What else do we have going on today? Not a whole lot, really. I mean, there's some things, but nothing that I'm going to be like, whoa, you got to talk about it. Those things we don't talk about here. Anyways, so this is going to be it. I'm going to be putting out a lot more videos on a more consistent basis. Go ahead, tell me what you think about this video. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't like. Some people said last video was much more sporadic and just often going on tangents, and that's actually how I talk. So this time I tried to streamline it, keep it more focused. But yeah, talk about any suggestion you want to toss out to me. Go ahead, I'll gladly talk about it. You want to know something? I'll tell you. Better yet, maybe you can tell me about something. You tell me about something, I'll look it up, we'll discuss it, we'll open up a dialogue, and by all means, the exchange of ideas and information is quite possibly one of my most favorite things in the world, and all it does is help us as people grow. So I think everybody could really benefit from that, because why not? Oh, you're learning more? Is that really such a terrible thing? It's not. Anyways, alright folks, take care. We'll do it again next time. Bye.